Welcome to a new episode of the UX Clinic. This is the number 12th case study we're taking. This is the second season, and my name is Jorge Simons. I'll be your host for today. Before we get the party started, I want to introduce a bunch of interesting people, very talented designers, and our guest today. First off is Miguel Medina, who's back for a new episode. Welcome back, Miguel.
Thank you, Jorge. As always, a great introduction. And as always, I'm very excited to be here and presenting all the results that we find in this case study.
We just like to have fun with introductions. Next up is Diana. Diana is one of our senior developers. We could call you a design developer or something like that. She's been here forever. She's on the visual side of things. She's also a passionate photographer. Welcome back, Diana.
Thank you, Jorge, and I can be a developer if you want it. Thanks to all the people who is watching this 12th episode. I'm very excited to be here. Today we have a lot of insights and a lot of feedback to improve Cogia Intelligence. So stay here and don't go anywhere.
And last for our team is the reigning queen of the UX Clinic, Marisol Ortega. She's back for another fight. Welcome back, Marisol.
Thank you, Jorge. Yeah, as Diana said, we got a lot of really good feedback for Cogia. We did card sorting sessions with different participants and different profiles. So it's going to be really interesting, everything that we're going to show.
Okay, and the most important part of our episode is our guest today. His name is Pascal. He's part of the Cogia Intelligence team behind this great product. We'll let him introduce himself and what this service or product does for its users. Go ahead, Pascal. Welcome to the UX Connect.
Hi, thank you very much. Yeah, so Cogia Intelligence is the company, and I'm the CEO and founder. And the beauty of what we are doing is we manage data. So we collect all data of the web, or any data actually that is text, and analyze it and visualize that data, and we are trying to mine for you out of all that vast amount of data to get you the gold nuggets. So that's our specialty. So we have good algorithms, we have semantics, and we are like the propeller heads of nerds. And that's why we have, a need for simplicity. That's why we went back to you to say, make it simple, because we're a bit too complex in our thinking.
So we have a very powerful tool with a lot of features, a lot of muscle, let's say. So one of the challenges for our designers was to face off with users and ask them what they thought about it. So just before we kick it off, I just want to remind everyone that we have great content at the uxconnect.com. You can go out and log in and download different infographics, case studies, and videos on demand, and full reports on each episode that will tell you how our clients are implementing all our suggestions in design iterations. So anyway, the traditional question to ask is, why did you guys choose card sorting as a design method for Cogia Intelligence this time?
Well, Jorge, we chose card sorting because it's useful to structure and organize information. And since we're dealing with lots of information and features in Cogia Intelligence, well, it'll help the user to increase the chances on finding whatever they need to find. And well, we made 5 sessions with 5 users. We gave them cards for them to arrange into groups, and what we wanted to see there is what the habits they have, and well, sort that information into dashboard and see all the profiles or all the features that they kind of needed at that time.
Yeah, we really wanted to validate what were the different categories in the platform, and which ones of those categories really reflect the mental model of their users, and just to help them achieve their goals using a specific or to propose a new taxonomy that makes the most sense to them. So we really wanted to see how they made sense of all this big amount of information.
Yeah.
And the purpose was to simplicity.
Yeah, and also when we pick this method and start the sessions of the card sorting, one of the users, when we presented all the cards, one of the users told us Oh, there is a lot of cards, and I don't know where to start. And this is something that Cogia Intelligence has right now. That's a big opportunity because it's something that happens when the users start to use the app. So it was pretty amazing to see the same reaction with the cards and also with the app. Well, and then once we finish the card sorting sessions, we have to see how to translate all these insights into improvement. Bless you.
Sorry.
And then it's okay. And we choose an affinity diagram to do that because when you conduct a card sorting session, you got a lot of opinions and insights for the participants. Just to give you an example, in these 5 sessions that we did for Cogia Intelligence, we gathered more than 150 opinions. So as a designers, we have to figure out how to understand what the users really needs, and because you can take all the opinions as a something to solve, because it will be a never endless project. I mean, if you follow each recommendation, and if these are 150, it will be a nightmare and it will be crazy. So instead of that, we use an affinity diagram to interpret this information based on the user mental models and their behaviors. And as our users did during the card sorting, we also play around with the cards. In this case, were the post-its. And we put each of these insights into a post-it, and we started to create groups according with their behaviors. And from this session of the affinity diagram, 3 main groups came up. The first one, it's about the ways to organize the information. And here is all the things related with how they want to see the info, how they use it, how they analyze it. In the second group, it's about my competitors and my product. Here are all the things related with the benchmark, what are the people saying about my product, and what are the people saying about me as a company. And the third one, it's called valuable levels, and here are all the features that the users find more useful and the features that they don't believe they give you a value, and the reason that why they believe that.
Yeah, so after we went through this affinity diagram session, as Diana said, this 3 main groups came up, and we went ahead and convert those, or start to vision how the design will be, and what will be like the different tasks, or what will be the flow for the design, and also like what will be the visual design, how it will look like. So one of the things that we want to focus first, it was like the ways that the information will be structured. So according to the mental model of the users, they told us that they like this way to navigate through the data from the general to the specifics. For instance, there was this one user that said, I like to navigate from general to specific. I want to know first what the world thinks, and then I want to know specifically who thinks what. So based on this information, we came up with our first mock-up. So I don't know if you can show that right now, so I can start talk about that. Thank you. So as you can see, we came up with this idea of workspaces. So what we want to do is that, okay, Cogia is a super powerful tool. It's a very big platform, and sometimes the users have issues or feel overwhelmed with the amount of data. They don't really know how to make sense of it. So what we're doing here is that through design, we are showing them different paths, and each path is through like this idea of workspaces. So a workspace, like as the tagline says, a workspace tailored to help you distill data from the top down, so like from the general to the specifics. And like right now, and all the mock-ups that we're going to show are more focused on the market research side, because the users that we talked to were either from the market research area or the marketing area, so that's why we focused on this. So as you can see, when the user logs in, they can see how this information is going from the top down. So first they're going to monitor industry trends, then they're going to go a little deeper to allocate target market sentiments, and then they will focus on their strategy, so like more like granular data that's very, very specific. And then once they pick their profile or their workspace, they will go ahead into the different dashboards. And I think this is Miguel's favorite part, so I'm just gonna stop talking and I'm gonna let him go ahead and explain this part of the mock-ups.
Thank you, Marisol. So what we find here is that first of all we have three options of dashboards as default, and each kind of dashboard will have a specific widgets related to what the user needs to do in that dashboard. And once the user get to know all the information, he can customize all the widgets, and if he wants to be more specific about each one, he can select the option in the sub nav and select the more specific option. So another thing here is that once you get used to all of this, you can add new widgets based on what you want. Once you get familiar with all the content and what you know will be best for you. And another thing is to compare dashboards. It's another way to analyze information in a more dynamic way and compare results. So that will help a lot the user to increase the improvement of the results.
Wow, what a beautiful UI, Miguel. I love it. Yeah, and also, if we go with the next mock, please. Yes, thank you. Here we have this pop-up window that we are suggesting to Cogia Intelligence to improve. And here what we wanted to do is to present to the users new features that maybe they don't use in the daily jobs. Because during the car sorting, one of the users told us that sometimes the job that they do every day is in the same route, using the same features, and it will be great if they can take advantage of the tool and all the power. So it will be great if every time that the user launches a Cogia Intelligence, once they select the workspace, this window come up and show, hey Alex, check this widget with a short description about how this widget or how this feature could do for him or her. And the user is able to add it to the dashboard and start to using to see if this feature generates value to the job, or they can just simply hide it and can't see it again. So with that, we are solving this problem and this concern about how they feel if maybe sometimes they use the same widgets and the same features to do the job, and maybe they're missing something great about Cogia Intelligence power.
So it seems like, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
What I was going to say is it seems like what the interest you guys have found out, or the interesting part, I'm sorry, of what you guys found out is how can we let the user enhance or take advantage of all the power that Cogia Intelligence is offering them. And I think this is one of the first steps they could take with a new design UI. But I know you have a sum up in our traditional. I'm going to present it now. I like doing this. I'm sorry. We have summed it up in our traditional UX Connect takeaways. So we need the sound now. There you go.
All right.
Now you can present it. Go ahead, Marisol.
Yeah, thank you. So maybe we can show the second mock-up once, as I'm presenting the first takeaway because I think it will make more sense if we do that in this way. So the first takeaway is about this concept of workspaces and having like the dashboards like more personalized based on the different profiles that we have for the different users. So workspace with dashboards where users navigate from the top down. So we are kind of like rethinking the way the dashboards work, and instead of letting the users to come up with their dashboards from scratch, what we want to do is to present these different dashboards where you have like the first dashboard will be the more general dashboard, and then you will be more specific, and then even more like the more, as I said before, the more granular information. So this is just as a way to show the path of how the Cogia Intelligence could be used. And then once the user gets used to it, they can explore further and then add more widgets or get rid of some that maybe might not be useful for their specific strategy. So this is just as a way to kind of like show them how it could be used. And then once they get familiar with it and comfortable, they can get deeper and like start using more tools. And it's like the same thing with the suggestion of the widgets, but then we'll explain that a little bit later. So the first takeaway is the workspaces as a way to help users make sense of the information according to the mental model, which is this kind of like deductive reasoning, where they take this general information or a general premise, and then they start to go deeper in the information and then deduct particular conclusions. And it's just as a way to help them analyze their data more adequately, or from this like kind of like top-down logic. So yeah, that's the first takeaway.
And the second one is to compare and contrast dashboards, as I explained before. It's a way to have a more specific analysis between the dashboards, and another way to analyze all that information that we could get to improve our campaign or our results.
Yeah, and it's a way to make it easier the way that they visualize and monitoring the information at the same time. It's great to have this feature. And the last takeaway, it's about the widget suggestions so the users can explore the system. And this is that I already explained before. This is about to take advantage of the power of Cogia Intelligence, promoting their features to improve the performance of the users. So that's pretty much about the takeaways.
It seems like that's a great flow of work. Referring to you had to recruit the candidates and ask them to tailor make their own, let's say, paper UI through cards, and then you gathered that in an affinity diagram. You saw the relationships between everything they said and their needs, and now you have presented that in mock-ups and in a few takeaways. But that's my job as Captain Summary. We're not going to leave it there. We now need to ask the expert, who is Pascal. Do you have any feedback you'd like to give us or any questions? Did you like what you see? Do you see this as something that could be implemented? Go ahead and tell us everything.
Yeah, actually, I really like the UI. I have to agree with Diana. It's very sexy. What I don't understand is this compare and contrast dashboards. Can you help me understand this better? How to imagine this? Is this like 2 times 2 dashboards suddenly on my screen, or what is that in practical terms?
So once we select a dashboard we want to compare, the layout will change into 2 columns. So we'll be visualizing the 2 columns of widgets and the results. So we don't have to switch between dashboards and get lost in all that information.
Yeah, but how would the 2 dashboards be visualized? Like, will it be like a pop-up in my dashboard that I see here?
No, yeah, it will be more like 2 columns next to each other. So
okay. So it would be, this screen would be squeezed a little bit, and then I have two of those, what I have here.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Is that correct?
yeah, because right now you have to switch between each tab, and we are proposing to bring it up like columns to visualize all the general information.
Okay, so basically, I could visualize industry trends, people sentiment, and my strategy in one screen.
Yes.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Okay, and it would just kind of adapt to the less space somehow, because the dash, I mean, you know, the graphics will be squeezed a bit.
The thing is that we will hide the menu from the left and then give more space, so we could have different columns, and then potentially we could have like a scrolling, like a horizontal scrolling, so you can see it like 2 columns at a time, or maybe 3. But so yeah, it will be more like arranging the different spaces.
And then people like you designers that have 2 screens can take advantage, and I will have all 3 columns on 2 screens, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay. Wow. No, it sounds, it looks nice. I think it's a good direction. I'm enticed. This is very interesting, and it's also, I think it's great what you guys were able to accomplish in this short period, especially with that complexity. I mean, I think it's complex to simplify things. It's nothing simple to simplify. It's actually the highest complexity to have complexity simplified, right? So yeah, I think you guys did a great job. So now it's about, you know, try to convert it and see. So the way I understand it is they have the 3 different types of workspaces that you have predefined. This could be, of course, also expanded, those workspaces. Let's say marketing could be an additional one, you know, for marketing campaigns. Let's say marketing campaigns, competitive market research, security, and then we would have predefined some benchmarks already there.
Yes.
Some widgets already there. But when does the person, in order to have results, where would be the process where the person would enter the keyword or a topic or stuff like that? Is that did you have a thought about this as well?
Yeah. So we were thinking that like right now it's on the settings. So like that we were thinking that you can set up your campaign, and that's why like on the left column you have your different campaigns. So you could have potentially you can have multiple campaigns, and then each campaign will have their set of dashboards. So you will set up the different keywords and the alerts and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so before I start as a user, I fill in my campaign, put in my keywords, and then I will have instantly already a benchmark or something, so more visualized, in order to have that visualized. Okay, so exactly. So the campaign is kind of like the wizard to getting started.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because without the keyword, I wouldn't have results in the benchmarks and the timeline. So that's the thing.
Yeah, you have to set up that before.
Okay, good. So that would be like a walking process. Also, there's a process for the user, the guided process. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. No, it's good. I mean, the time is. I mean, I'm looking at the time, so I don't want to stretch the time, but I think this is, you know, a great start. Let's say that to get going. But awesome, really, very beautiful, and I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much. I hope we can keep teaming up until the next design iteration, and that'll make an easier process for you to redesign whatever you want to redesign, and love this. We like, in the name of the whole design team, I'd like to thank you for your cooperation during these 3 weeks, and we need to give an announcement for everyone that's at home. Changing the topic a bit, Marisol, we knew that Marisol was going to embark on a new adventure since some time ago. We just never knew the date was so profoundly near, let's call it. So we need to say goodbye to an essential piece of the UX Clinic, and we'd like to take a minute to give her our best regards. Personally, Marisol, you've been the backbone of the project. It has been very inspiring to see you work in so passionately in your craft and what you love, and that has inspired me to learn a lot more about UX and use it in my own, let's call it expertise and turf. So thank you very much. I'm gonna open the mics for the rest of the team so they can say goodbye too. Go ahead, Diana.
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank to Marisol to have this vision about the UX clinic and to make it real. And I'm very grateful for all the things that I learned from her. I'm very, very happy for your new future. And you know, Nearsoft and the UX clinic is your home, and you are welcome every day and wherever you want. So thank you so much for your work from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, thank you, Marisol, for sharing your knowledge with us and for leading us in this adventure that is the UX Clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that this is the latest. It's the last show for you. Then.
It's my last episode, but not the last episode of the UX Clinic.
Yeah, but it's your last episode.
Yes,
okay?
yes. So yeah, I'm starting a new adventure. So I'm really excited, but also a little nostalgic because I really enjoy working with you guys. I really want to thank you, all of you, and thank Nirsa for giving us this opportunity to come up with this initiative, because I think we'll learn a lot, both as designers and just as people, and working as a team in different ways. So yeah, I just want to thank for the opportunity, for how much I learned for this past year and a half, because the UX Clinic project started like a while ago, way before the first episode. So yeah, thank you guys for allowing me to learn this much, and I hope I had something for you to learn as well. And yes, this started with me, and in a way, but you really you have taken ownership of the project, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna just get even better. So I'm looking forward to what you're gonna come up next.
I'm sure the next time our paths cross, we will have a lot more to talk about and a lot of more ideas to share. So it's been a great episode. We need to thank Pascal again. It's been great working with Cogia Intelligence. It's a really great tool. I was part of the process of the card sorting, and I was really impressed with all the features you guys have and the way you translate information. It's been emotional too. We were just as surprised as you to see Marisol go now, but as we are a monarchy system, the old queen is gone. So long live the new kings, which would be Diana and Miguel, and we'll keep doing this. And guys, we need to say goodbye. Just a reminder that you can apply to the UX Clinic visiting the uxclinic.com or sending us a line to contact@theuxclinic.com. We'll be happy to feature you in a new episode. By the way, this is gossip, but we have one more slot for the season, so please go ahead and apply. We're going to keep talking with Pascal, and see you in 3 weeks' time for a new live episode of the UX Clinic. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
So thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye from Germany.
Thanks.